Good morning. We are starting off again this morning with some fog, but temperatures on their way up again today too. So this mild weather will be sticking around. Here's a look at I-94, a closer up view as we are looking off to the west. And you can see that lower level, that thin layer of fog, and our cameras above it. So we can look down on that thin layer, which is really kind of pretty and cool here this morning. Of course, if you're stuck in the fog, that's not so great. We don't want to have trouble with visibility, and there are places that are dealing with that. And then we do have that dense fog advisory in effect until 11 a.m. That's for most of our counties. Out to the west over by the James River Valley, that's until 10 a.m. there. But these are some of the areas where we're dealing with some of the denser fog. And right now at the airport, a report of a quarter-mile visibility in Fargo. Same thing in Cooperstown and Valley City and down toward Gwinnett, less than a mile. But check out Wahpeton. 0 is our visibility report there. So some low visibility in basically southeastern North Dakota. That's where the trouble is today. Over to Minnesota, not so bad. We're looking at wind speeds that are a little bit stronger in some instances, keeping that visibility up. Our temperatures there are also milder. That helps things out too. As you stay a little warmer and stay a little bit above that dew point, we keep that fog from forming. And we're looking at 18 degrees in Fosston, 21 in Detroit Lakes. One place that's not so lucky is Badette at 4 below. Fargo's at 2 above. So you want to bundle up. It's going to feel pretty chilly in a lot of spots here this morning. Wahpeton is at 2 below. And again, we're looking at a lot of calm reports at this point in time too. So checking out your radar and your satellite map, we've got some clear skies where we have the fog that's a little lower, closer to the earth, harder to depict on the infrared satellite here, but we are dealing with a little bit of fog again in the valley. And as you see the tri-state view, we've got some quiet weather as well with some clouds rolling into parts of South Dakota and western North Dakota. So foggy morning, and we'll end up with some nice weather as we progress through the day gradually. Excuse me, little by little, we'll get the cloud cover to lift here this morning, and we'll get some improving conditions. Ahead for the noon hour, we'll be into the 20s and some low 30s, even at that point. Another day where we might see those temperatures just soar again over toward our eastern viewing area. You've been really getting a good taste of spring over there. Well, the rest of us still mild, but just not quite as warm, into some upper 20s to some low 30s with light wind here today. This is 3 o'clock, a high of 27 degrees in Fargo and 28 in Grand Forks. By 6, we're seeing those temperatures slide just a little bit, but still a mild evening. And there's that fog again, this area of gray popping right back up after sunset. And as those temperatures are dropping, we'll see that start to form in some areas. And it could be widespread for some places to start off your day tomorrow. And your Thursday morning, more of the same for temperatures, 5 to 15 degrees in general above 0. And ahead for the noon or 9 o'clock hour, we'll be into the teens and continuing that warming trend. Some upper 20s, some low 30s for your highs for Thursday. So a couple of days that are very similar to the previous ones here in the forecast, with more fog forming again for tomorrow night. We start to see some big changes coming up, though, in the extended planner. I'll show you that in a moment, but first of all, a pretty sunset. Love those colors, the pinks and purples and blues there in the Hendrum area. Thanks, Carla, for sharing. And here's a look at the 7-day planner. We're looking at, again, a couple of quiet days. Friday even, I think, will be mainly quiet. We'll be warming things up at that point in time, too, back into some mid-30s and upper 30s, getting into the weekend. So a warm weekend. However, we, of course, have that system we've been talking about. Saturday, a quick little round of rain and snow, and that may not affect everyone. It's Sunday and into Monday that the real concern is for that system that'll be moving in. This one looks powerful. Details on that, still waiting for it to get a little bit closer for more certainty, but right now we could be seeing several inches of snow somewhere in the valley, wind, even some rain, and that combination, as we know, can be tough to say the least for us. So we'll have to keep an eye on that system.
Yeah, when you use the word powerful, it's like,
yeah.
Oh, it kind of grabs my, okay, she's serious on this one. Okay, thank you, Lisa. Jump ahead of the start of the season and maybe get your spring cleaning done now. We'll tell you more on where to start next.